Welcome, Transformers fans. My name is Composite EnerJoe, and today I will bring you my review of the Transformers Power of the Primes Leader Class Optimus Prime. Kind of Optimus Prime. The reason I mention that, I say it like that, is because the Power of the Primes toy line has a very unique feature when it comes to the leader classes, which I find really, really cool. And because of that feature, as you can kind of tell on this figure, the actual vehicle mode is not that great. You can actually separate the trailer and the truck, the actual truck part. And funny enough, I'm actually going to look at the trailer first, which is pretty nice trailer. As you saw, it does roll nicely, and you can actually peg. There's a little peg here that you put right here, like so. And it doesn't really like peg in, really, it just sort of sits there, but it's functional. So you can get the left and right movement. So it's functional. It looks really nice. You can tell this is Optimus Prime's iconic ion blaster right there. Nice detail, nice stripe. Very, very G1 inspired, and that's what this is based on. This is based on Optimus Prime's, I believe it was a back in Generation 1, I think it was a Mack truck that it was based on, and that's what this is. And here we have, I'm going to explain why it's sort of, but here's the truck mode. And as you see with all this kibble here, it's not that good. Like, I'm just going to say it right now. The vehicle mode is the worst thing about this figure. And even with that, it's still pretty cool. When you have it attached to the trailer and looking at it from like a certain angle, it actually still looks pretty nice. It's not bad, but it's not the worst. It's not the best. I'm just saying, I've seen better vehicle modes, especially with Optimus Prime. So with the trailer, it looks like a trailer enough, but if you look at it dead on, you see the gaps. If you look at it from the top, you see these pieces, which clearly look like, I don't say arms, but they do look out of place, and the gun is just sitting right there, his blaster. So it's just a thing. So all things considered, it's an okay trailer. So I'm going to put the trailer off to the side. And then we have this guy. And this is technically not Optimus Prime. Now, the feature I was talking about, it's really, really cool. It's referred to as Evolutions. Like the full title of this figure is the Transformers, it's the leader class Evolutions Optimus Prime. Because what they do, and I'm going to show this, talk about this, and then when I transform them, you'll see what I mean by evolutions. And yeah, there is something in there, but I'm going to reveal that later. It's really cool that they added that detail of what's in there. So you can tell this is not that great of a truck mode, but it gets the job done. It's a truck. It's Optimus Prime's truck. Although this is actually not Optimus Prime, technically. For you see, dear viewers, this character that I'm holding on my hands right now is actually Orion Pax. And for the uninitiated or for those who don't know this story, Orion Pax was Optimus Prime before he was Optimus Prime. Yeah, back in Generation 1, Optimus Prime wasn't always who he was, you know, the fearless leader of the Autobots. That was never the case. He wasn't even a Prime. What he was originally was a data clerk under the tutelage of Alpha Trion, an actual Prime. Now, data clerk is essentially the Cybertron's version of a librarian. So basically, Optimus Prime, before he was Optimus Prime, was a librarian named Orion Pax. And that's who this is. Now, before transformation, here's the detailing. You can see what's inside. And once again, not that great, but gets the job done. It does roll, which is good. So let's get on with transformation. So I'm going to turn him into his robot mode, which is done by... What's the first step? Wait, you come down here. You unpeg this. Pop it up. Pop it up. And then you slide this down, like so, to separate the legs. Unpeg this and rotate it down. And then rotate them forward like this. And then you come down here and flip forward his feet. Then you raise the camera a bit. He's gonna get a little tall. And then the next part, what was this? That's right, you come in here, and you, what was the next part? Oh, that's right, you come over here on the side, flip this out and around, and push it forward like so. Same with this side, and have it be like this. That way you flip this around, it'll peg into that. Take this down, rotate it forward. Or take this up, push it in, put this down, and there we have, oh, and then come over here and you flip forward the fists. And here we have Orion Pax. And in terms of his the sculpt and like this design, this was taken straight out of his very first appearance back in Generation 1 in the cartoon. This is what he pretty much looked like back in the cartoon. And how do I feel about this figure? It looks really cool. It is neat that it is very show accurate. And let's get a close-up of that head sculpt. And yeah, this is Orion Pax. Chest, legs, everything is pretty much how he looks like in the show, which is really neat. So Orion Pax. Now he didn't really fight. He was a pacifist in the show, so he technically doesn't have any weapons, but you can sort of give him one. Optimus is Ion Blaster. If you separate this a bit, I might as well do this now. It'll make it easier when transforming this thing. You can take this, separate it, and then you have these two smaller blasters, which you can just have him hold. And there you go. If you ever wanted to see a combat clerk, here you go. The world's angriest librarian. No, I've seen worse. But this one's combat ready. That's it. If you want, you can have them sort of combine them together and sort of hold them. And if you can fiddle around, you can actually sort of have them hold it with both hands, like a heavy weapon or something, which is cool. So get this off and put this off to the side. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, might as well show articulation. So articulation wise, oh, and Orion Pax here is this deluxe size. Forgot to mention that. Yeah, and all of the leader classes. Well, before I mention that, let me go into articulation. Head is on a ball joint. Arms are on ball joints. Ball joints, but they are kind of stiff. They can only go this far because of these plastic bits. You got rotate. You got a swivel there. A double joint at the elbow. So you have two joints. It's a lot of range of motion. Up and down at the wrist, but that's more for transformation. No waist. Can go forward, back, and out on his legs. So they're all on ball joints. He can do a decent kick, and watch out, for some reason on mine, Pax's leg ball joints are really loose, but this is as far as he can go. He can do a pretty good kick. He's got a swivel there, knee, forward there, and up and down at the foot, and that's pretty much it for Orion Pax. Now, Power of the Primes. This is what this toy line is doing with leader classes, and this is really, really cool. The evolutions part of the line. The evolution's name is because each leader class figure comes with a deluxe class figure that gets upgraded into the actual character. In this case, we have Orion Pax. When you combine him with his trailer, because this transforms into the body of Optimus Prime, he combines together with this thing to form Optimus Prime. So Orion here, we're just going to put him off to the side, and then we'll look at him later. So now we get to the trailer, which we will now transform into the body of Optimus Prime, which will then, we transform this thing into the, I guess, combiner mode. Well, you'll see that he becomes the head and chest that then connects into this. So all Power of the Prime's leader class figures do this, and it's a really cool feature. So let's get on with a transformation. Now, where do I start? Well, first off, fold that up. Very important, you fold that up. And then it was, what was this? Okay, pop this up. Then you just start separating. Okay. Yeah, basically crack this open. Oh, fold that piece up too. That was where you're supposed to start. Separate there. Come down here. Extend this out. Extend this out. I'm just gonna do. Then you come down over here and place this forward. Now he's gonna get pretty tall because he is a leader class, so he's gonna get pretty tall. So take this forward. Take this forward. And start opening it up like so. And then you fold this back, fold this carefully, fold this down. It's kind of tough. And then you have this little panel here that's just moves there. Now for the arm, since it's quick, fold that forward, bend this around. It should, and it'll peg there. Fold this out, and this is base, and this is how the arm is supposed to be. Like so. That's how we have one arm. Let me come over here. Oh, and transformation-wise, it's really fun transforming this thing. Doing this transformation. And I am going to say it now, due to the nature of this transformation, this upgraded Optimus Prime, the whole thing doesn't transform into just the truck. You have the body as the trailer, and then Orion as the actual truck. So we have the upper body of Prime. Now we go to the legs, which just angle them forward. And for this part, you fold this back, fold this down, and just wrap around. And then this will peg into, as you can see, into there. There's like a spot here where this pegs into. Do the same over here. And it's not too complicated. This is a fairly straightforward. This is not too complicated. It might get you the first time like it did me. But after one or two transformations, it's pretty straightforward. So now we have Optimus Prime's body ready to go, represented by the trailer. Oh, missing two other features, but I guess I'll flip them up later. Oh no, I'll just do them now. And you can actually come back here and flip up the smokestacks. There you go. There's Optimus Prime's body ready to go. So let's put this thing off to the side. And get Orion ready with his chest and torso mode. So first, fold down these things. It's almost you'd almost have to transform them into vehicle mode, but with a lot less work. So fold this down, rotate it forward like that, like this. Essentially, if you didn't pick it up, this is the chest. So then you fold this forward. So then hold on, fold this forward, and pull out the Optimus head. And then you fold it, you rotate it. For some reason, when you rotate it, it's able to go in and then peg it in. And for this part, you peg this part into there. Same thing here. And then, just have the arms folded up like so. And that's it. You're done. Then let me get the reveal. Here is Optimus Prime's head and the chest. And now for this part, you just take it from the back here and just slide it in here. And I'm only going to mention this once before I show it. There is a button here. As you can see, when it connects, it stays in there pretty tight. So how you're supposed to remove this out is there is a button here that you press down, which then allows you to pull them back out. When you slide them in, you will hear a click. Hold on. See, that click is this little switch. So you pull this in order to pop them back out. If you try and force it, you'll probably break that. So then for the reveal, ta-da! And there we have leader class Optimus Prime. Fully transformed with trailer and Orion packs. And this thing looks amazing in my opinion. You also make sure you line this up, make sure that goes in. There are some sort of hiccups that I find with it. Like I would have liked if this was all painted blue, so, like somehow found a way to paint this blue or something. Because Optimus is supposed to have blue hands. But even that, it's like, this thing just looks amazing. I have been waiting for a long time to get a Here's sort of a mini complaint I had during this whole Prime Wars trilogy thing back in Combiner Wars. The two Optimus Primes that were made in Combiner Wars, I didn't like. The Titans Returns ones I thought was okay. With the it was the leader class, Power Master Optimus. I think that's what it was called. Yeah, I didn't really like that one either. The body just didn't work for me. This is the Optimus Prime that I was waiting for them to finally make, and it looks amazing. I'm going to say this right now. This is almost as good as a masterpiece. That's how good this looks. Heck, I consider this to be better than MP1 Optimus. Than the masterpiece MP1 Optimus, this to me looks better than that one. It's still not better than MP10, I will admit. But this Optimus is really, really close. Like the only other Optimus I can think that looks better than this is MP10. That's it. This is probably the best Optimus that I've ever seen Hasbro / Takara actually make. That isn't, the MP10 Optimus. So let's get on with articulation. And this guy's got a bunch of it. This is why you get this figure. Like they sacrificed the vehicle mode to make this look good, to make this almost perfect. Like I said, almost, because you can see the trailer bits in the back, and this is clearly Orion just hanging out here. But when you look at him straight on, this could pass off as a masterpiece. It's that good. So enough gushing, let's go with articulation. Oh, let's get a close-up of that head sculpt, and wow, that is just amazing. This is probably the best looking Optimus Prime head I've seen. Like I said, the only one I can think that looks better is the masterpiece, MP10 masterpiece. So, articulation. As you saw, his head is on a ball joint, but the way that that's constructed, it just basically swivels, and you can get some head tilts. Arms can go 360. They can go in and out. It's a universal joint, I believe. It's like one swivel here and then one in there. You got a swivel at the elbow and a bend as well, and that's about it. No waist because of transformation, but he can do a really nice kick, and it's a universal joint because it's like swivel. It's like a hinge and then a hinge there, and a ratchet joint there. Soft ratchet. He's got a really good knee, and he has sort of a hinge here, so you could have his foot go forward like that. But that's more for transformation. So he's got a hinge there, and sort of hinge here, and then hinge here. Sort of, he's got some universal movement, and the hinge is nice and sturdy. It's stiff enough. It's stiff enough where you can actually get some really dynamic poses here. So yeah, articulation, he's got plenty, and the heels really do help. Like I wish I had a better surface, but there. You can give him some really cool poses. Like, you can probably do a better job than I can right now. But yeah, this guy is just amazing. This really is the best Optimus Prime I've seen since, I don't even know when was the last great one I saw. Well, I like the movie ones. But like, I'm going off tangent here. This guy just like this particular Prime. This is worthy enough to be a masterpiece. This is better than some of the masterpieces, since I don't really like the designs of the masterpieces that much. This looks amazing, and I'm actually kind of happy that every time that I actually got really lucky in getting this guy, I'm noticing that he sells out really quick in stores. Like I only see him, like if I ever see him like on the shelf. He's there for maybe a day, and I think the quickest I've seen him is like in an afternoon. He's gone. They would have like three boxes of the leader class. Whoop, he's gone. Just vanishes within a couple hours, and you can see why. So I'm already saying right now, I highly recommend this guy. He's really good. He's a really nice alternative if you've always wanted to have a masterpiece Optimus Prime, but didn't want to shell out the the Titan class price for him. This is a really good substitution. Not even as a substitution. I would get this guy as a primary too. He's just fantastic. Oh, if you want, you can have his blaster. Hold it in any hand. You can also have it be holding in both hands. I like having it in both. I like having him connected so he can have his full-on ion cannon, his ion blaster. Oh, and there is one way of storing that I've at least noticed. Not instructions or anything, but you can peg this into the Orion Pax hands, which are back here, and sort of just have it stored back there. And it doesn't look half bad. Looks kind of nice. Like I said, the MP10 has this whole thing where that can actually sort of fold over and you can put it in a compartment on his back. This one doesn't have that, but still, that's some weapon storage, which looks neat. It's pretty good. Oh, and this is a very cool feature that's here. Hold on. This is a super awesome feature that he has. He comes with, if you notice it in truck mode, you probably saw it. And not to mention, on his chest, he's got a lot of detail there, like the whole electronics thing. You can actually open his chest. You can open the first layer, like so. Let me prepare him to unleash it. And you get your nail in there and open the second layer. You reveal. That's right. Everyone knows what this is. The Matrix of Leadership. He comes with his own very nicely detailed Matrix of Leadership that can be separated into two pieces. And the reason for this, why this does this, is with the whole feature of Power of the Primes. The overall theme of Power of the Primes, like in this whole Prime Wars trilogy, each each part of the trilogy has its own focus on gimmicks. In Combiner Wars, it was the Gestalts, the combiners, where all of the Deluxes were limbs, all of the Voyagers were, where the focus was the Deluxes and the Voyagers, which had all combined together. Deluxes were limbs and Voyagers were the chest and head. And then you have, Titan's Return, which was the focus of the Headmasters, which was across all of them, mainly. And then you had the weird base thing with Fortress Max and with the Titan class characters. Like a Titan class Fortress Maximus and Trypticon have base modes that could connect. No, not base. They had city modes that could connect with the other leader classes except Six Shot, and make like a big city base thing, which was neat, but it was okay. It was weird. Like I said, I wasn't too fond of the Titan's Return idea, the Headmaster Titan Master idea. It was neat. I still think it's kind of neat, but it's not the best one. I actually thought the Combiner ones were a lot cooler. So then we get Power of the Primes. And the overarching theme, mainly, are with something called Prime Masters. And basically, what you're supposed to do is when you pull this out, you can put in there, which, funny enough, it's the same. It's the same shape as the Titan Masters. If you look at it, they have something called Prime Masters, and what the Prime Masters are, and you can just plug this back in there. Hold on, I'm just gonna plug this back in there and just keep talking a little bit more. The Prime Masters, just a quick overview of this, have the same shape as the Headmasters. It's the same design, but they take the shape instead of heads as sparks. More specifically, the sparks of primes. So if you know a little bit of your Transformer lore, and that looks so cool that it's in there. So close it up. Hold on, don't want to close. Wait. Doesn't seem like it closed properly. Yep. There we go, and then close it back up. And we have Optimus Prime, ready to go. You have really nice poses here. All right. Oh, so I was saying the Prime Masters. There's this whole focus of the overarching theme of the power of the Primes. It's in its name. They're utilizing the power of the Primes. So the actual 13 Primes from Transformers Legend are actually being converted into their sparks, which are being utilized by certain characters. In this case, and I'll probably do eventually a review on those the Prime Masters, but this is going to be Optimus. But Power of the Primes, the line, what's interesting is that it's sort of a combination of the previous two lines plus the new thing. In this one, the coolest feature I've seen is this whole evolutions idea for the leader class characters. They brought back the deluxes. They actually brought back combiners in the Power of the Primes thing, which hopefully I'll do an eventual review of that. But I'm getting way off topic here. I should be talking more of Prime here. So yeah, Prime, he's amazing. He is like masterpiece quality. Just go get him. Just go get him, and get him quick, because he's actually disappearing. Like I was dead serious when I said that in like an afternoon from the stores getting him, they all sell out. He sells quick, so get him. I got lucky that I got to a store like right when it opened, and they just put them out, so I grabbed one. They had 3 out there in like the hour. After about half an hour of me just wandering around, I went back to the section. The 2 that were left, one was gone, and then after about an hour, then in the afternoon, they were all gone. So yeah, get Optimus when you get the chance. He is just amazing and sells out quick. So yeah, enough gushing. And like I said, the only negative I have for this figure, its biggest drawback, is that the vehicle mode could have been better. It's not that great. It's not a great truck mode or trailer mode, or truck and trailer mode. There are better, but it was sacrificed to give us this. To give us this pinnacle of perfection. So yeah, this, all I can say with this is that it's nope. I'm not gonna say that for this character. A little bit of foreshadowing there, but I'm not gonna say that for this character. But this is just, it's optimal. Yeah, I got puns, so whatever. So yeah, amazing. So yeah, this has been my review of the Transformers Power of the Primes leader class. Should I say evolutions? No, leader class Optimus Prime with deluxe class Orion packs. This is Composite EnerJoe signing off. Peace out.